Hey, I'm Patrick from Sooper. I'm with Gene from G-Wiz the Soular System. We got BA, Joseph, and David. And we do our one-question interview before our show coming up Saturday at the High Tone.
Oh, yeah.
And so my question is about, are you successful writing song lyrics that have an upbeat or an uplifting, positive attitude? For myself, I struggle with that a lot. I'm much better at sarcasm and fun stuff sometimes, but actually, when I try to write something nice, it tends to get cheesy, or I feel funny about it. So that's sort of one of my areas where I feel I'm weak. How about you with writing lyrics with a positive attitude, or do you have a weakness in?
So to be completely honest, like for me, I write songs from the space of me healing. This particular album is based off of a lot of the shit that I'm dealing with personally. So there's gonna be some ugly shit in there. You know what I mean? There's gonna be some pretty shit too, but I write from the standpoint of being completely honest and authentic and fucking vulnerable with my audience. I don't write for people, I write to heal myself. So like the songs that I've written for this particular album is like me journaling, you know, to help myself deal with the shit that I'm going through right now. So and I hope that it resonates with the people who listen to the music. But first and foremost, this is for me.
Same, and sometimes maybe it's a criticism that I'm not writing with the audience in mind. Sometimes I'm writing stuff I want, what I want to do. Anybody else got a angle on that?
Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit of both. What you guys said, like I do write from a place of what I'm feeling, emotion, and that time and space to write through. But a lot of my music I found as I dropped it and released it, and it's very kind of fortuitous in a way as well. It's like it's coming from a place of what I'm going through, but it's also speaking to where I'm heading in the direction that I'm going more than anything. And it's sometimes it's a struggle in a sense, not so as much as like say trying to find the right words. I get what you're saying, like when it's trying not to be too cheesy, you know, it's things like that. Because you want to say what you want to say, but you want to deliver it in a way that's like where I want to put the feeling into it, but I don't want to. I like to be poetic with it, but I don't want to make my audience overthink as well.
Right.
So it's like, I don't want to make them overthink and have to just, oh my God, what is he talking about? Let me grab a thesaurus or something and see, you know what I'm saying? But like conveying that emotion, but also conveying the mind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And trying to tie those two things together and just being raw and real. I think my biggest challenge I've always thought was, like I said, just, you know, compressing the thought, like getting the solid thought out of what I feel. And sometimes I put it down, jot it down, and then compress it to get it, because I don't want it to be too windy, you know. The biggest trick I've seen in writing, and I always try to practice on, is saying the most or saying the least. So it's like, how can I convey this deep emotion? You know, the best songs that I love, you know, they're not really going just so far with their lyrics as far as what they're saying, but they're conveying all of these emotions, all of this energy in very simple phrases, you know, and that's probably the most challenging part, I would say, for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, I always want to try to say it in a way that feels original to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's got to be authentic, and they feel it when you express it in a way that you actually feel it. Like you can fake it all day. Anybody can fake the shit, but like lyrics that you write from the standpoint of truth, your truth is the shit that resonates with the people. And I always want to write shit that is always authentic to me, and hope that the people who hear it the way I wrote it.
Don't always happen that way.
It doesn't.
It does, but you know, that's not
But still, I write it that way. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Fuck it all! Fuck Knock it off!
Well, they took everything I wanted to say, so that, especially that ending fucking up. No, but when it comes to writing, man, life is that. I can't say much more than that.
Right.
Life is what I kind of I feed off of when it comes to writing music and wanting to see the world in a different way.
Yes.
Sometimes I go through different ideas of how I would like to see this, how I would like to see that, more than it being like, we all know the world is it's a crazy place.
Yes.
Everything, you know, right. But there'll be times like I can see the beauty in something so small.
Right.
I can be like, man, this is it. This is what it's about.
Right.
It kind of takes me away from the angst and everything going on around me. So I write from personal experiences, what I'd love to see for this city and for the world to be as a whole. Yeah, that's about it. That's at least all the rest of the front side. I don't have nothing.
I was gonna say, because I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. It's all about honestly expressing yourself. And I couldn't figure out any other way to do that because in school I write theses and dissertations and all kinds of papers, but I didn't really start to really feel like I was honestly completely expressing myself till it came to music. And that's why I try to put myself, even when I'm not actually writing lyrics, but just melodies that connect with Gene's lyrics. I try to give my honest, real emotion to coincide with his lyrics, because the lyrics are universal. Those emotions are universal, and I try not to rework the wheel when it comes to melody and arrangements. Simple, the better. A lot of times, if you can deliver that message the most simple and soulful way, it'll resonate.
Yes.
That will resonate. And if you start with that simple, that small, that seed, and then water it, it'll blossom. Then you'll get your different arrangements. The more you jam and the more you create and build from that. But when it comes to writing, for me, I write the best when I'm cornered. My back's against the wall, and there's a time limit. Come on, right? All right. And it doesn't always have to be a literal time limit. It can be that emotion. That can be the time. That'll push my back against the wall. Feelings of joy, angst, anger, peace, long suffering, just all of that. So when I write. But I really do keep the people in mind a lot of times when I write, because I want to picture myself listening to this music, riding somewhere, or an audience chanting it back to me. So I keep them in mind, but I also try to honestly express myself. And like I said, I try to deliver that sonically with the lyrics of anybody that we rock with, especially with G-Wiz and the Soular System. So, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Cool. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for your time. Looking forward to the show. Saturday the 18th, the High Tone, Small Room.
Yes, sir.
G-Wiz the Soular System, Super Flat.
You know.
Daily Cosmic's going to be there, too.
Looking forward to this shit. Let's rock.